March 2026. In local news, Seychelles is expected to receive a disbursement of up to around 45 million US dollars from the International Monetary Fund IMF, bringing the total disbursements to approximately 105.1 million US dollars since May 2023. The announcement was made by the head of the IMF delegation, which visited the country to conduct discussions for the final reviews under the 3-year extended fund facility and resilience sustainability arrangements. Mr. Tode Schneider said the disbursement remains subject to approval by the IMF Executive Board. He added that Seychelles has made strong progress towards key economic objectives and that solid economic performance in 2025 has placed the country in a stronger position to withstand new shocks arising from the ongoing conflict in the Middle East.
We managed to reach what's called staff level agreement on conclusion of the 5th and 6th reviews under the EFF and the RSF. Subject to board approval of those reviews, then we will move ahead with a disbursement, the 2 final disbursements under these facilities, likely near the end of May. It will be an amount up to about 32.9 million SDRs, which would be equivalent to about $45 million. Hopefully, as I say, near the end of May. With respect to the programs, really performance under the EFF arrangement has been strong. All of the quantitative targets, what we call performance criteria and indicative targets, through June of last year were met. That was for the 5th review, and for the 6th review, only one was missed, and that was the floor on revenue, and really just by a minor degree. Progress has also been made on the many structural reforms under the EFF, and also good progress on some of the climate-related reforms under the RSF.
The government has announced several key decisions following this week's cabinet meeting aimed at easing pressure on consumers and improving services in electricity pricing, transport, and youth policy. The meeting held yesterday was chaired by President Patrick Emini. The decisions were presented this morning by Vice President Sebastien Pillet during a cabinet press briefing.
The first decision discussed in the cabinet press briefing this morning by Vice President Sebastien Pillet was the delay of the increase in electricity tariffs, which was due next month. Vice President Pillet said the move is in response to uncertainty in global fuel prices linked to the Iran conflict, as well as concerns over a possible slowdown in tourism. Keeping tariffs unchanged for now is expected to help avoid sudden price increases. The cabinet also reviewed proposals to reform the electricity pricing system, but decided to maintain the current structure, including support for vulnerable households, while further assessments are carried out. In the transport sector, new measures will prevent taxis from being left unattended at the airport and the port to improve order and fairness. Meanwhile, changes have been approved for the National Youth Council. The age limit will be increased to 35 and the appointment process will be revised. The council will operate under an initial 2-year term.
The Auditor General, Gamini Herath, presented the Minister responsible for Finance, Pierre Laporte, a copy of the report of a special audit on the STC cold storage facility. The President of the Republic, Patrick Emini, summoned the special investigation with the suspicion that there were irregularities in the project. The Auditor General confirms that there were certain irregularities and made a list of recommendations. Minister Pierre Laporte says that his ministry will act immediately on some of these recommendations and with time will work on the rest. The Ministry of Health has announced temporary closure of the English River Health Center from 4 p.m. this coming Friday 20th March to Sunday 22nd March to undertake fumigation of the facility. This measure is being undertaken to ensure a safe and hygienic environment for both patients and staff. During this closure, members of the public are kindly advised to seek medical services at the Beauvalon Health Center and Les Mamelles Health Center. Both health centers will be open on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The English River Health Center will resume its normal operations on Monday, 23rd March at 8 a.m. and the Beauvalon and Les Mamelles Health Centers will resume their normal operations as from Monday, 23rd March at 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The ministry regrets any inconvenience that this may cause and counts on the usual support and cooperation of members of the public. The dental services within the Ministry of Health have introduced the Child Oral Health Care Model. The main objective of this model is to reduce the number of oral health problems reported to the dental services of the Ministry of Health, particularly those caused by tooth decay. The program begins with pregnant mothers and continues from the birth of the child until they complete secondary school. The head of the School of Dental Services program, Nadi Morel, explains the objectives of the model as well as the activities involved in its implementation.
The purpose is to improve, maintain, and protect the oral health of the child population. And in the model, we have different programs and activities that will help us to achieve our goals towards a healthy oral health population. And we have launched this model of care across the country through some workshops that we are organizing in all the districts' clinics together with our stakeholders, and to help us implement this model of care to its fullest. The principal thing is we have to identify the high risk so that we can give them the appropriate interventions.
And with this, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. Thank you for watching and have a pleasant evening.